We are witnessing something incredible as the Abbotsford Canucks advance to the Calder Cup finals on the backs of key players and Manny Malhotra, while we get some crazy trade updates linking the Vancouver Canucks to Buffalo Sabres defenseman Bowen Byram, and these reports are getting insane. We're going to break down the Abbotsford Canucks, what this means, key players stepping up, and we even get reports linking Manny Malhotra as the favorite for the next head coach for a team not named Vancouver. We're going to break down all this and more later on this episode. But before we get into that, if you're a part of the 7,384, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone subscribed. Shout out to you if you're watching this as well. But we're trying to reach our goal of 8,000 subscribers before the draft starts. So if you want to keep up to date on not only the Vancouver Canucks, but the Abbotsford Canucks, prospects, news, reports, rumors, the draft, July 1st, look no further. Canucks Digest is the perfect home. It's completely free to hit the sub button. It helps us out a ton, and we'll give you daily updates from your Vancouver Canucks. But with that, let's hop straight into the first topic today, where we did see last night the Abbotsford Canucks, the best in the West, advance to the Calder Cup finals. We see them go on, win the Western Conference. They're going in against the Checkers in the finals for the Calder Cup. The building of this team, the building itself was sold out and rocking. Seeing the development of these young guys, seeing the development that Manny Malhotra, who we will touch on shortly, has been incredible. I mean, key players have been stepping up. Archie Baines has been having a good run with the Abbotsford Canucks. I'm not going to touch on all these players for too long, but with Archie Baines, we've seen him so far, 14 points in 18 games. We see a big quote coming from Manny Malhotra. He's been playing well the whole series. He's an important part of our team. We've seen him score the empty net goal last night, securing the win for the team. Archie Baines is someone that every Canucks fan should be excited for, and it would not shock me if we've seen him join this lineup full time with the Vancouver Canucks. We've seen him have his cup of tea, cup of coffee with the Canucks over the past two seasons, but seeing his development, 42 points in the regular season, going all the way to just under a point per game. Baines has been incredible. We've seen how highly Rick Tocchet spoke on him as well. I would not be shocked if he's a bottom six player going into next season. Talking about even more players stepping up. The Artie Party has been incredible. A 929 save percentage. When the playoffs comes around, the Artie Party is in full effect. He has stepped up year after year in the NHL, in the AHL once the playoffs hit. 12-5, 929. This has been a phenomenal run, and does have a bit of implications. I mean, you're looking at the goaltending situation of Kevin Lankinen locked up. You have Thatcher Demko on the last year of his contract. How long does it take before the Secretary of Defense, Artur Shilovs, steps in as the backup goaltender? With this Vancouver Canucks team developing year after year, still a very young goaltender, 24 years old from Latvia. This kid has been stellar, and there's still one more person I do want to touch on. This would not be a Canucks video if I didn't talk about Victor Mancini. Now, you guys definitely seen clips of Victor Mancini bursting through the zone, a big defenseman moving like his Quinn Hughes. We've seen Victor Mancini really start to develop in Abbotsford, and his outlook on his future is looking better and better game after game. I mean, looking at Mancini in the AHL playoffs, 7 points in 18 games, plus 3 goals, 4 assists. We've seen him put up 3 points in 7 games in the AHL regular season, 3 points in 16 games with the Canucks. He was one of the headline pieces in the JT Miller trade. Getting Victor Mancini back is a huge part of this Canucks success. We're going to see him join the Canucks as a right-handed defenseman. His development has been awesome. And I couldn't touch on absolutely everyone on this roster. If I did, it would be a 45-minute video. If you want to see that, though, go ahead and leave a comment, and I'll look into it. But this team has been outstanding. The development, watching the way Manny Malhotra has changed the culture on this team and built success within this locker room is incredible to see, but also has a downfall, where we're starting to get reports that teams are looking at Manny Malhotra as a head coach, and a lot of people thought he should have been the Canucks head coach going into next season. Looking at these reports, we're seeing a lot of sports betting sites going as far as saying the Dallas Stars' next head coach, with Manny Malhotra as the top guy, the top betting odds to land this position. You can work your way down. There's a lot of guys that are coaches or former head coaches. We see Jay Woodcroft. I mean, Bruce is there, former Canucks coach as well. Having Manny Malhotra show this much success in his first year as a head coach of this team is showing that teams are really monitoring this And when the playoffs are over, if Manny Malhotra gets poached, the Canucks don't have a fallback plan if Adam Foote doesn't work. But what is your guys' thoughts on this? What is your thoughts on just how well Abbotsford has been playing? What is your thoughts on key players stepping up within the lineup? Who has been your favorite Abbotsford player? Because I know a lot of people are going to say Shelovs, and I do not blame you, because this kid has been stellar. And what's your thoughts on Manny Malhotra being linked as the next head coach, or the betting odds having him as the next head coach of the Dallas Stars? Go ahead and leave a comment on all of this below, but let's hop straight into the second topic today, where we see trade reports circulating around the Canucks season after season, and they're really starting to intensify as we see Jeff Marek speaking out on Bowen Byram, having a look at some Quinn Hughes insurance, and also getting a top 4 defender that'll give you a number of options for the season. Now, with Jeff Marek going on this, we know Bowen Byram has been connected to the Vancouver Canucks quite a few times this past season. We've seen them talk about it going into last season, in the middle, heading into deadline. But with this, the biggest problem with the Vancouver Canucks is, as good as Bowen Byram can be, and I will touch on Byram himself, this is a log-jam defensive core, and I don't know if the fit is fully there yet. Looking on the left side alone, Quinn Hughes, Marcus Pettersson, Derek Forbach, and D. Petey. On the right side, Tyler Myers, Filip Hronek, Victor Mancini, and Tom Willander. Yes, you can get Bowen Byram to come in and join this team on the right side. You could get him to play on the second pairing and move Myers down to a third line role, or a third pairing role, I should say. But bringing in Bowen Byram for assets is not good management for the Canucks. Yes, Byram does bring quite a bit to this team. Stanley Cup experience, for example, putting up 9 points in 20 games when he was 20 years old with the Colorado Avalanche, hoisting the cup, playing almost 20 minutes a game. A lot of people don't look at the stats on how good Bowen Byram was during the playoffs in his second year too. 3 points in 7 games. He throws hits. Byram would be an awesome fit on this Canucks team, but going out on an offer sheet, the Canucks can only offer between 2 and 4 million. This might not be enough. Giving up more assets, they don't have their third at the moment. They could trade down with their third that they got from the San Jose Sharks, but the biggest thing with the Vancouver Canucks is looking at asset management. We know with this team, you desperately need center up. Right now, and I've preached it to the choir so many times, Elias Pettersson and Filip Hronek down the middle, you still need to add another center. Teddy Blueger, Pius Suter, whoever that is playing on the third or fourth line, you need a true number 2 center. And if you ask some Canucks fans, a true number 1 center, but that's for a different story. The big thing is with the Canucks, getting Byram would be awesome. A offensive defenseman that can play a bit of the right side. He could come in on this team and put up some points, 38 points on the Buffalo Sabres. Not a great team over there. Still almost putting up 40 points. We've seen Bowen Byram have a bit of health concerns to start his career, but playing a full 82 games, he is an RFA at the end of this. I've seen reports linking Elias Pettersson for Bowen Byram and Patera. But the biggest thing is, this is a team that needs center depth. We know this. If Pettersson's moved, you are stuck with Filip Hronek, Teddy Blueger, Niels Amon, and Aturatu down the middle. This is not a contending team. Keeping Pettersson is something the Canucks need to do, but on the sense of going out to get Bowen Byram, if you're losing Quinn Hughes, yes, it makes sense. If you want to get insurance to add to the defensive lineup, but right now, after acquiring Marcus Pettersson, Victor Mancini, re-signing Derek Forbach, signing Tom Willander, and seeing the progression on Elias Pettersson, defenseman, of course, D. Petey, the big thing with this Canucks team, they need to add at center. Moving out assets to get a defenseman don't make sense unless you're bringing back someone like Tage Thompson along with Bowen Byram. Then you go do it. But what is your guys' thoughts on the Canucks being linked to Bowen Byram? Is it something you would do if Tage Thompson was coming the other way? Would you stay away from a defenseman? Maybe get him and play him on the right side to give Tyler Myers a lesser role? Let me know down in the comments. While down there, leave a like, subscribe, share this with a friend. Go down and leave a comment on anything you want us to cover. If you want us to cover a certain prospect, a certain trade rumor, anything like that, go down and leave a comment down below and we'll have a look at it and hopefully get it out for you. But I've been your host, Mark. Bye and take care.